Welcome back, my favorite people. I thought it'd be fun to do another wish list video. I love making these, especially when they're seasonal, like this one with it being autumn themed. And wish list really means wish list. Like, I do not need any of these items, but it is quite fun to have things to crush over. And like always, I want to hear of the things that you guys are inspired by in the comments down below. And I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Pilgrim. More on them in a little bit. You can also subscribe down below if you want to, and follow me on my socials. And we're gonna get started. The first thing on my list is the thing that I've been actively hunting for, and it's more pleated skirts. I really love my peachy den ones, but I really want to get some more in some different colors, like darker autumnal color palettes. Right now my top favorite one is from Brooke Callahan, all thanks to Ruby. Ruby has the brown one and it looks so good, and I think the brown is probably my favorite, but I also do love the off-white creamy color. And I update my Vinted every single day looking for a secondhand alternative, for a cheaper alternative of this sort of similar pleated baggy balloon style skirt, and it's just so impossible to find. It's a bit of a dead end. Niho Girl, one of my favorite vintage shops, they also have a really nice vintage pleated skirt. Kind of anything of this vibe is what I'm looking for right now. Also the ones with the big fold over waistbands, I really love these. These are also really hard to find, not being fast fashion or being at the price point of Kamaguas. Like, I just can't find the middle ground. I never know how to pronounce this brand's name, but the samsoe grey knit skirt, I love the way they styled this with the matching knit top. I think it's such a gorgeous set, especially with the boots as well. Like the way that the bottom of the skirt hits with the longer boot is just so lovely. A high neck trench coat. Ever since I've seen Ariel's TikTok, where she had this gorgeous kind of like off grey, almost purpley shade one with like the super high neck button up detail, I fell in love. And I've been trying to like perfect my trenches and maybe swap out one that I'm not loving for like a better version of it. So I've been on the hunt on Vinted, and it's so hard to find these high neck utility style trench coats. I feel like they all just have the classic collar. None of them go into like a proper turtleneck. So yeah, I'm on the hunt for that as well. Also on the topic of jackets, I really want to replace my Clint's jacket. If you guys remember this beloved leather bomber coat, it cost me an arm and a leg. And I think it was in a previous vlog that I had said about the tragic fate of this jacket. I want to kind of get something inspired by that. Some kind of vintage leather bomber jacket would be great. I also follow Yan Chan on her YouTube. She was wearing this more distressed leather jacket and I didn't see the rest of it, but I loved the shape of the collar and the way that the leather looked really worn in, and I think something of that ilk I'm trying to find. Also, Julie on TikTok, I would actually crown her the queen of the vintage fun leather jackets. Like, she has an incredible collection and I am so jealous of all of the ones that she has. They all have such an interesting flair about them, and I would love to continue the fun leather jacket hunt inspired by her. Also, I know we've all been talking about suede jackets being in obviously for autumn and everyone loving them, and I was kind of a bit unbothered by the idea of a suede jacket until Sadie on her TikTok showed this cowhide suede-esque vintage jacket, and I fell in love, and it made me go down a whole rabbit hole of that exact vintage brand to try and find the exact same jacket. Sadly, no one is selling the exact same jacket on UK reseller sites that I've seen, but the hunt is still on, and I've also seen that brand do some really fun other leather jackets as well, and I feel like the quality looks really good. And on the topic of vintage cowhide, I have really been on the hunt for a cowhide bag. It is so hard to find them on Vinted. So many people sell like the bucket tote bag style, which is so nice. I just do not need any more big bags. I want something a lot smaller, more of like a night out kind of bag. And my friend Ellie has the exact type of one that I want with the pocket details. Maybe I'm gonna get her to send a picture so we can all crush over her amazing bag. And I was filming with Ruby the other day and we spoke about cowhide belts, and I think they're also so nice, and I think they'd probably be quite easy to find secondhand. So I've seen a couple of people style these Carhartt Detroit jackets or like proper workers jackets in the pale yellow and orange colors, and I absolutely love them. And I really want one one that's just like worn in, and I think they're just hard to come by for like a good price. Or maybe it doesn't even have to be Carhartt, just like something of this worker jacket style. Also found that on their website they have their chore jacket, which is a good in between of the two, and I love the pocket details on there, and I feel like that's like a less popular version that's also really nice. I kind of just need my boyfriend to have one already and it be like really mucky from years of use, and it's like really baggy and oversized on me, and throw it over my like lace silky dress. I've been really into the idea of capes at the moment ever since I went to Portobello and I saw this vintage cropped Burberry one. It had the hood, the color was so nice, and then my friend Antoinette was wearing this stunning black one with her little mini grab handle bag, and it looked so good, and it was such a gorgeous, elegant look on her, and it really inspired me to look out for my own version of that. Also on my list is to keep adding to my everyday staple jewelry collection, and that's where I want to thank Pilgrim for sponsoring. Pilgrim is by far my favorite jewelry brand. You guys know this. We've spoken about it so many times. I've said this before already, that Pilgrim really are the jewelry version of an elevated basic. They are my go-to jewelry that I can always count on for every single occasion. So I'm actually wearing two of my favorite pieces. The first being the Act necklace. I'm obsessed with this necklace. I feel like it's the perfect chunky statement necklace. It's such a fun piece. It doesn't feel heavy and it doesn't weigh you down and like get in your way, but it feels really high quality and like just honestly the perfect statement necklace. And then to complement the necklace, I'm wearing the Feel earring set. Pilgrim do this a lot where they do a little 2-in-1 set. You get the little crystal studs and then the 2 mini hoops. I love it because you can wear them together and the work's already done for you. They look so nice as a set, and I feel like the crystal works really well to elevate the set to be like a going out earring stack, and it's perfect. That's why I think I paired it with a necklace, because of the crystal. It works so well. So I'm wearing the Intent hoops, and I actually got 2 pairs of these so I could stack them in my first and my seconds, and they're the perfect small hoop shape, but the little bead on them just adds like a elevated touch to it, and that's probably why I've gone for an all black outfit. I'm trying to keep the focus on the earrings. I also love the Tallulah earrings. I'm wearing them with my hair tied back and the turtleneck, because I feel like the shape of them is quite a statement, and for how eye-catching the earrings are because they're this bright silver color, I feel like the whole black and white grayscale outfits works really well. The Intent studs have a really fun shape. They're kind of like a teardrop style, and I've just gone for quite a simple outfit. I love the way this jacket looks done up, but then underneath is quite like a simple color palette with the white and the blue, bit of khaki, but the earrings really do all of the talking. And Pilgrim are currently having their Black Friday sale where you can get 30% off when you buy 2 items, and as an extra treat they're giving you guys an extra 20% on top of that if you use the code Susie20, and you can shop the Black Friday sale from the 22nd of November until the 2nd of December online at pilgrim.net, or if you're lucky enough to live in Denmark or Sweden, you can shop in store in their flagships. Thank you so much to Pilgrim for sponsoring. Let's get back to the wish list. My blue striped skirt. This is my favorite skirt I think I've probably ever found secondhand. I love the way that it falls. I love the colorway. It's such a special skirt, and it's vintage Topshop. And I would love to find any kind of skirt with this similar handkerchief style floaty hemline. I did see this picture on Pinterest, which is super similar. I also saw a girl in person ages ago which had this style skirt, but it was all black and it was kind of like collage printed fabrics mixed together, and I really regret not getting a picture because my memory is like fading away. I can barely remember this piece. It would also be really cool to find it in like an all grey like sweatshirt material style with like a big elastic waistband. I've also really been loving the Gina Corriere t-shirt skirts that she makes. I love the way that they fall in this sort of like similar hemline to these handkerchief skirts because of the style of like the armholes like resting at the bottom. I love those skirts so much. They're just like a little bit out of my budget. A vintage shell tracksuit bottom. I want it to be like slightly baggy but still fitted and not be tapered at the bottom, and I want to wear ballet flats with it, and there's this picture on Pinterest which is exactly the vibe that I want, but I also don't want them to have that typical shell tracksuit netted lining. I find them so overstimulating. I want it to be like a soft cotton, like worn in vintage cotton lining. The new Fruity Booty polka dot pieces, guys, these are so cute, and I really wish they had a store in real life to go and try them on because I feel like the prices, I think the tank top's like £54 and I'm like I I love it, but I feel like it's not worth the money. That's why I want to like feel the fabric and see how it would like sit on my body type and stuff, but I am obsessed with all of those pieces. I also just found this Kiko X Levi's jacket from Lucy McFadden's vlog. It is so cool. I love the sheepskin fur on the collar. I love the corset style of the jacket. It's such an interesting silhouette and it looks so cozy, but it's £650. Who was buying that jacket? And then when I was researching that jacket, I got down a bit of a Kiko wormhole and I found their mezzolari bag in chalk. Such a beautiful bag. I definitely fell in love with it because of the pockets. I really love big bulging pockets like this on a bag, and I love that it's so sleek with it all being the same color. More zip ups, more vintage zip ups. I've been absolutely loving to wear my gray one that I have all the badges on. I wear this pretty much every day, so it'd be kind of fun to get some different color versions of this. And it's very easy to find secondhand. I just need to like actually go and do it. I particularly love this blue one with the stars. And then I thought about making my own version of like the Yankee zip ups that everyone's been wearing at the moment, with like my own initials or like something personal to me and like sew on these letters like overlapping and stuff. But then I was like, I don't know, will that look messy? I'm not sure. Parachute cargos. I've been after these for so long, and if you watched my London vlog, you would have seen me buy a pair and it'd be an absolute flop. They did not fit me right, but I want like classic army khaki green. I want them to be quite big on the leg, really baggy and oversized. I kind of want them to be similar to the Urban Outfitters ones that everyone was wearing a few years ago with the elastic at the top. The silhouette of them are actually really nice, but obviously I would never buy that because it's urban, but I want like the original vintage inspiration for those trousers. I also really want some chunky off the shoulder knit jumpers. I did actually buy one on Vinted recently, but the seller's just not sending it and I'm so scared that she won't ever send it, but it has thumb holes in the sleeves, which made me freak out because the idea of that just gives me so much joy. I love it when jumpers come down really far on the arms. The urtekat studded spiral trousers. I don't know how to say this name, which is such a shame because they're one of my favorite designers. So I'm actually going to ask her, how do you say the brand name? I love so many of her pieces, and these trousers specifically, she does them in black and brown. And I've been really on the hunt for a trouser that's not a jean, but it's not a suit trouser, like the in-between of it. I feel like these trousers are a great in-between of that, and they look so cozy, and obviously the studded spiral detail on the side is just so cool and really elevates them. And also on this wish list, so many of Urtekat's pieces. Her upcoming spring summer 25 collection looks insane. I'm so excited for it to drop, to like properly obsess over individual pieces, but right now the whole outfit she's putting together, like the styling is just phenomenal. I love the polka dots. I recently found this brand on Instagram called Maison Repito, and I feel like they've already been really popular for so long because of their like slogan tees, but they randomly came up in my ads and I really love their candy top. I love the fit of it, the red color, love a good slogan kind of like graphic tee. I really fell in love with their website as a whole. I love the design of it, and I found that they have this collection of badges that you can buy. You guys know I love my badges, so all of those badges are also on my wish list. And the last thing that I'm going to end on is an oversized v-neck cashmere jumper. I've really been on the hunt for one of these ever since I saw this picture on Pinterest. I love the way the v-neck was so big and so long, and you can see the complete outline of the vest underneath, and I like that there was like a break between the top and the skin and the jumper. That was really fun, and I'd love to get it in black or grey or both, to be honest. And I went into Uniqlo and I found a really gorgeous one. It was a little bit more fitted than that inspo picture, but it still had the deep V, but it was £90, and I was like, I just cannot be doing that on a plain grey jumper. And I feel like I can just find people's secondhand cashmere v-necks on Vinted, so I need to get looking. But guys, that is the end of the list. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I'd love to hear what's on your wish list in the comments down below. Thank you again to Pilgrim for sponsoring. Use code Susie20 this Black Friday sale to get an extra 20% off. Love you guys so much. Subscribe if you want to, and follow me on my social media, and I will see you in my next video.